Hello everyone. It's Stray Faye here with another episode of Variable Barricade. Alright, let's begin our fourth route. the last guy before the true end. Alright, so we just have Ichiya left that we can pick out of the four suitors. So let's do a new game. Yeah, let's start a new game, do the same thing we've been doing before. We'll use Hibari. This will use the same name. You may skip the previous viewed scenes on the common route board. You want to start a new game with the event time to choose. Okay. Skip. Alright. Let's play this event. We'll pick Ichiya. probably the least favorite of the bunch. He's the oldest guy. Also like the most delusional. And the most trying his hardest to like wife himself up by like being in the kitchen and trying to please Hibari. Skip. It probably would have been like a little bit faster just to have like a choice from time to choose. Alright, out of the faces of all four of them flitted through my mind, my hands clenched up in my lap. I wonder if I pick I can't choose, just like end there. Bad end. I just make a decision. I took a deep breath, trying to calm the pounding pulse of my ears. Skip. Hopefully he's like not on the wall or something. And like the taiga like threw me through a loop. Alright, my thoughts spun. The first face I saw in the storm was Ichiya. Girl, out of all the guys, you picked that one, eh? I have full confidence in my ability to make any young lady happy, you know. But right now, the one I want to see smiling the most is you. This is the only way I could think of to do that. I am very, very glad you like it. Okay, Ichiya. Oh, Takaburi's like, are you crazy? It isn't as if I have any feelings for him. It's simply that he's made the biggest impression on me. He's so ridiculously pushy, I couldn't help but think of him. Really, Hibari's like... It's just like you kept pushing and pushing until you finally gave up. Grandfather watched, clearly amused as I mumbled my hasty reasoning. After a moment, he silently stood to leave. Okay, I will communicate this to the branch family. Kasuga, take care of the rest, if you please. Alright, is this the same? Okay, it is. Like, no one's coming out from behind the walls, right? Like... Oh. Okay, stop here. My reluctance to answer did not go unnoticed by Kasuga. Patiently, he began to explain again. This is new. You are an intelligent woman, miss. Surely you cannot have misunderstood how dangerous it is. How dangerous it would be for even the rumor of another man to crop up right now. Oh. Oh, right. This is the time when, like, Kasuga, he usually, like, deletes Kazu's number. Well, yes, I realize that. Now that you have decided upon a temporary fiancé, who should you be prioritizing the most? Ichiya? Can't have any male friends, not allowed. I answered, but the thought was still a painful one. I needed a confidant like Kazu. Yeah, like a third party. That's like not going to like judge the situation the same as like the other guys because they all have a stake in it. Especially now, when I had so much to think about with the branch families and my fiancé and everything. Do not meet with him again, miss. Please. It is for your own good. All right. I reluctantly agreed, and he smiled brightly. I'm grateful that you understand and agree, miss. Now then, it's time to return to the vacation home. Right. Kasuga turned and began to walk. I watched him go, clutching my phone in my pocket. He did have a point. I needed to be circumspect, rather. I couldn't go meet with him on a whim. But at least I could talk via Wiz. Oh wait, do I still have his number? I hoped you would allow me at least that much. Miss. Hide it. Hide the phone. Nothing. He looked over his shoulder at me. I shook my head and hurried to catch up to him. Then like that? Oh. Okay. That's different. Because usually in all 3 other routes, he grabbed the phone and deleted the number. So like there's no way we can contact Kazu after that. No one doing that, apparently. But now Hibari has the number, which means he's going to play a role in Ichiya's route. He's probably Ichiya, like, to be honest, because the hair and the eye color is just covered up by hat and glasses. So, alright, so we're finally going to learn more about Kazu. So let's get on the route. Heroine lost, we got the romance route. Alright, time to choose has been cleared. Alright, Ichiya's board too. Smaller of the boards. Alright, so let's begin the first chapter. Ichiya Mitsumori. In order to learn more about Ichiya, Shion and I tail him for a day. What we see is... let's play this event. Now then, Hibari. Today is finally the day that I'll hear from your own lips that you love me. Excuse me? Are we just out on a date with him? Like, what in the world? Ugh, I swear, the things that just fly out of this man's mouth sometimes. Ichiya, please. I'm well aware that you're the kind of person who wouldn't take the hint to get a bucket of water if they were on fire. I get that. But seriously, time, place, occasion. Please try to keep at least one of those things in mind before you open your mouth, would you? Thanks. Poor guy. Now then, let's get going. If we don't hurry, the crosswalk light is going to turn. Huh? What? Excuse me? What are you doing? Let me go. No, I won't let go, my delicate little bird. If I do, I'm afraid you'll fly away, never to return to me again. So come, my sweet songbird. Sing your answer for me. I won't let go until you do. This is when we were standing smack in the middle of a crosswalk with the light changing. He stepped closer. Dude, boundaries. Unsurprisingly, people started to stare at us. Did I mention he was doing this in the middle of a crosswalk? Oh God, this is the absolute worst. I wish I could crawl in a hole and die. Don't worry, darling. There's no need to be shy. There are no boundaries to our love. See? There, see? The world has come to give us its blessing. What are you going on about this time? Huh? Almost as if Ichiya had cued them, the crowd suddenly started to applaud. Not only that, foreign tourists pushed forward to snap pictures of us. What is this? Congrats! Congratulations! Tourist, congrats! Congratulations! What is going on here? Now do you see? Fate itself has bound us together, never to be parted. The whole world desires our blessed union. The world can take a hike. I don't desire it at all. We need no longer exchange words. Your song stirs my soul, little bird. But it's time to hush. What is this? His cloyingly cheesy words made me shudder. Slowly, he started leaning closer and closer. Something was wrong with this. Very, very, very wrong. Heck, everything is really wrong with this. The moment that thought crossed my mind. Were we asleep? Ah! I jolted upright in bed, frantically glancing around me. Okay, I guess I should have guessed, like, when everybody clapped. I saw familiar white furniture and pastel walls. No crosswalk, no crowd, no girl. Oh, you have one thing in common with Ichiya. Like you both get very delusional. But to be fair, it was a dream. Ichiya's like delusional in the waking world. Hibari's like just delusional in her sleep. It was indeed my room. Was that just a dream? I guess your thoughts are playing weird tricks on you just because you chose Ichiya at the meeting. What kind of dreams am I having? It had seemed so real that my heart was still thudding from embarrassment. In an attempt to scrub the last of that nightmare from my mind, I jumped out of bed and started to get dressed. I know what this is. This is because that old vulture pushed me to decide on a suitor. That's what it is. It's all his fault. Okay, Ichiya. Oh. It isn't as if I have any feelings for him. It's simply that he's made the biggest impression on me. He's so ridiculously pushy, I couldn't help but think of him. I thought back on the story I'd been told when I was summoned to the main estate the other day, and how I was pushed into choosing a temporary suitor. Easy enough for that meddling old coot to demand I choose. It's not like it impacted my life or anything. Ugh, I didn't expect that to stress me out badly enough to start having nightmares. I quickly got dressed, muttering every insult I could think of. I hoped each one jabbed grandfather in the hip. Oh, my hip. Even I don't really understand why I picked Ichiya. And I was like, girl. I understand Nayata because, like, the age gap is, like, very small between them. They're, like, 3 years apart. And, like, yeah, he's, like, completely loyal. Shion, I don't know. He's pretty, I guess. Mysterious. Taigo is also weird. But, like, Ichiya has, like, the biggest age gap with Hibari. It was only for appearances anyway. I could have chosen Taiga, Shion, or even Nayata, and it wouldn't have made any difference. But for some reason, the first name that popped into my head was Ichiya's. Of course it's plenty. In fact, I'd say it's almost too much for her. Hibari's a girl, you know. I had no idea how much experience he truly had with girls in his life. But at first, he definitely was trying hard to push his personal idea of what normal girls like onto me, rather than paying attention to what I really wanted. To be blunt, he was a textbook flirt, flaky and dense, with girls at the forefront of his thought processes. At the rate things were going, he was on track to be the first suitor escorted off the premises. But... I'd like to think I know a lot of different types of ways to please girls of all types. But right now, the one I want to please most is you. And this was the only way I could think of that might work. At first, everything he did was nauseatingly overdone, but he did make some effort to accommodate me. He learned to see me, not his idea of a normal girl. Yeah, the whole, what was it, the mochi or the dongo debacle, whatever that was. I won't say that I was touched by the gesture, but I wasn't particularly unhappy about it either. Now I think it'd be alright learning a little more about him. That's all it was, really. For now, anyway. Grandfather insisted I try to look at him in that way, too. That said, how do I go about doing so? I sat to think when my eyes happened to spot Rabbi sitting quietly in his corner of my room. Oh, is Rabbi gonna play a part with this? We haven't used Rabbi since, like, the common route. I already saw, like, the videos that he gives us. Rabbi, the cute little robo rabbit that Aramura gave to me so I could observe my suitors in secret. I think I'm going to spend today observing Ichiya to see what he gets up to. Fortunately, today was a day off. With nothing on my schedule, I had all the time I needed. Satisfied with my idea, I gave Rabbi a quick pat and then left my room. Miso soup, grilled fish, grated daikon radish, egg sunny side up, sprinkled seaweed, and steamed rice. Yeah, it's perfect, Ichiya. This is the picture of a traditional Japanese breakfast table. Personally, I tend to prefer Western food overall, but this is a refreshing change of pace. Still, you've greatly increased the variety of Japanese dishes you presented lately, Ichiya. Where did this sudden change of heart come from? I got a painful lesson in just how much I don't know the other day. I seriously needed to up my repertoire. Now the only question is if Hibari will like these dishes. Oh, hey Hibari, good morning. You came just at the right time. Good morning. Taiga was up until the wee hours again, I presume. Yep. I went to wake him, but he booted me out of his room. It was, what, 5 a.m., I think? What the heck were you expecting? Oh, Nayata, like, went to his room at 5 a.m. to wake him up at the fuck cracking time. Oh, well, let's leave Taiga to his own devices. What do you think of today's menu? I hope that it's to your liking. Ichiya turned to look at me, and I felt my eyes instantly dart away, as if by reflex. Hibari, is something wrong? It's nothing. There's no way I was going to tell him that seeing his face reminded me of the nightmare I just had. Say, Ichiya, when someone is in the wrong, I think it's important that they apologize as soon as possible. I like how she just assumes that, like, Ichiya, what did you do? You did something. Hang on, let me take off my sweater. It's very got a hat in here. Too hot to wear this puffy sweater. If you're about to grovel, I'm totally in. I'm in the mood to get stomped on till I bleed. Jesus, Nayata. Excuse me, but what's with this talk? Why are you suggesting that I did something wrong? Wait, don't tell me. You all noticed the undying love I mixed into this dish. It's my secret ingredient. You're not supposed to identify it so easily. Undying love, eh? God, that's just like, anytime they say, like, I made it with love or something, or I just think of, like, a horrifying scene in, like, an anime where they used a certain love thing. A certain love juice, you could say. And I'm just like, oh my god. Freaking gross. Yes, thank you for breakfast. Yes, we don't want to hurl here. I ignored the chatter flying between the others, taking my seat and picking up my spoon. I took my first sip of miso soup and... it's delicious. Was it me, or was today's soup tastier than it usually was? He's trying. Not to the credit of that secret ingredient, I'm sure. The secret ingredient is trial and error. Today, I plan to observe how Ichiya acted when he wasn't trying to put up a front for me. That said, I had to admit my plan had a bit of an ulterior motive. Oh, hi, Hibari. Do you need something from me? No, it's nothing. I was just curious about what you were doing out in the yard. Ah, I was hoping to surprise you, but I'm foiled by your beautifully tuned skills of perception. I'm looking for the perfect flower to give you. Unfortunately, though this yard is flush with lovely flowers, none of them reach my very lofty standards. Why, you ask? Because at this moment, the most beautiful bloom in the universe stands before me. You're not gonna learn anything, girl. Purple is fashionable this year, so maybe I should accent the shirt hem accordingly. Oh, how long have you been standing there, Hibari? I didn't even notice you. I was just passing by. Please don't mind me. Go back to your magazine. Oh, no. I can't do that now. No book or magazine in the world could captivate me as much as a story beating within your heart. Would you allow me to thumb through your pages? Fail. Yeah, this isn't going to work. After making a strategic retreat, I heaved a sigh and returned to my room. Ichiya's normal self, the side of him that isn't just a cheesy front he uses to try and impress me. How am I supposed to observe his normal self when he promptly turns to the schmaltz the second he sees me? I suppose I ought to just leave this in Robbie's paws and watch the recordings. But doing it that way feels like giving up. What if he did watch the recordings? Let's go to his room. We could send Rabi to his room. Ichiya? Yes. I looked and it doesn't seem like he's home right now. Did he go somewhere? I do believe he went out shopping. He mentioned something about the mall in Omotesando. Oh, I see. Thank you. This was my chance. If I could just find him at the mall, I'd be able to observe him in a more natural habitat. It's like he's some animal. What? Do you need something? I was just about to run an errand. Going to the Omotesando Mall, I presume. How did you know? Too early for you to perceive that we like Ichiya, Shion. I hit the nail on the head. I noticed you seemed awfully interested in Ichiya today. I'm not particularly interested, no. Oh. If you weren't going to the mall, then where were you planning to go? There's no getting out of this, is there? It's too perceptive. I'd have to make a serious decision and choose a suitor soon, but my bias had prevented me from really learning about them. I wanted to fix that, starting with Ichiya. But since he always slapped on a false face when he knew I was around, I wanted to observe from a distance. Once I finished summarizing my plans for Shion, he promptly said, "Oh, I'll accompany you then." What? Why? I doubt you have experience following someone, right? I'll help you. No offense, but I don't regard you as the type who's a grand master at subtly tailing people either. I've never attempted to tail someone, no. But... but I've been stalked plenty of times, so I have a grasp on a stalker's mindset. Not only that, I think a young lady wandering about the mall on the weekend all by herself would be a rather sad sight that others would notice. Don't you agree? You had a good point. It didn't take me long to make a decision. I'd appreciate it if you could accompany me. I'd been worried what I would do if we got there and he was already gone, or if he blended in with the crowd so well that we couldn't find him. But we actually managed to spot him rather easily. was mostly thanks to Shion's hunch, but still. Come, let's visit that flower shop over there next. Shion's gonna just be like, let's go shopping, girl. He's just using it as an opportunity. Alright. Shion was far more entertained than I expected, and I was strangely more reluctant than I thought. Why, you ask? Well... Oh, he's right there. Ah, then could you add this pink lily to the bouquet too, please? Florist, of course, sir. Is this a gift for your special someone? Special someone? Oh, she's far more than merely special. She's like the other half of my soul, my one true partner as decreed by the fates themselves. Oh, that gives me an idea. Can I add a message to the bouquet? I'd like for it to say, for my beloved Princess Hibari, if that's alright. He's like the same, and he's the same regardless of whether he's in front of Hibari or not. Keep yourself together, Hibari. It'd be really great if he stopped dropping my name at every single shop he visits. Ichiya was insufferable at every single store. Every one. Each time, all I could do was stand there quivering in embarrassment while Shion watched and chuckled. Oh, look, there he goes to another shop. Well, do you want to keep following him? I wanted to go home, really. But leaving now somehow feels like admitting defeat. Personally, I think the side of you is adorable on an entertaining level, Hibari. You didn't need to add the entertaining bit, thanks. I did my best to ignore Shion's occasional snide comments as we followed after Ichiya. Eventually, he stepped into a clothing store that had dozens of obviously expensive men's suits lined up in its windows. A tailor shop? Okay, he's getting some expensive clothes. I mean, I wonder how he's making his money. I mean, Taiga had nothing. He could even, take us out on a date. Shion did come from money. He had a rich family. But yeah, I was like, I guess maybe we'll learn more about the marriage fraud in Ichiya's route, because, where is he getting the money? One that specializes in made-to-order suits, no less. I believe this is a branch of an Italian chain. Given Ichiya's physique, I doubt many pre-made Japanese suits fits him well. An Italian brand would fit his personal style quite nicely, too. Shion nodded to himself, but I just felt conflicted and confused. He's unemployed, but he's buying a tailor-made suit? Because they explained it with Shion's, he just got a bunch of gifts. Yeah, Nayata and Taiga, though, confirmed broke. It's good to see you again, sir. It's been much too long. How may we help you today? Actually, I was hoping you could give me some advice. I need a suit that makes me look worthy of being in the company of my lovely princess. Does he, see us? He's still being all cheesy. My, that's a very tall order, sir. But I think we may be able to find something for you. What sort of lady is your princess? Oh, you want to know? She's like the first blush on a rose's bloom. Beautiful, elegant, yet still delicate. There he goes again. He tries so hard. Bless him. It seems he frequents this place, so you'll probably be chatting with that tailor for quite some time. He frequents it? Yes. The attendant is obviously treating him like a preferred customer. There, see? They went in the back. It wasn't unusual for me to receive that kind of VIP treatment from a luxury retail establishment, given my family's connections. But for Ichiya? Does it really surprise you to learn Ichiya to be a preferred customer at that sort of place? Well, I mean, he's unemployed basically, and attempted marriage fraud darkened his record. I could imagine him having money. In fact, a part of me still clung to the idea that he was a gold digger, looking to marry me only for my wealth. He's... what? It doesn't seem all that odd to me at all. Everything Ichiya owns is quality, not just his suits. People who know what they're looking at will notice right away, I think. He's not some nouveau rich poser trying to flaunt wealth with brand names. He's someone who understands what true quality is. You don't develop an expert eye for the finer things in life just overnight. I wager that Ichiya had a very well-to-do upbringing. Okay, this is what Shion thinks. We really don't know anything about the guys until we get into the route. Their information is heavily redacted. So yeah, Hibari goes in knowing nothing. Then he isn't a poor grifter looking for easy money? I was stunned. Shion's observations had never even crossed my mind. Alright, maybe that will help ease Hibari's hesitation. She's very hesitant to get with any of the guys at the beginning because they're just oh, they're just after my money. But I mean, if they're already rich, then they're not after your money. Shion? If you don't mind my asking, how long have you known that about Ichiya? I pieced it together soon after we met. As I just said, it's obvious if you know what to look for. Yeah, Shion's super into fashion, so you would pick it up. I saw Ichiya every day, same as Shion, yet I didn't notice those telltale signs of his wealth. I suppose you're so accustomed to being constantly surrounded by the finer things in life that none of it struck you as unusual at all. I mean, it should be a stark contrast between him and Taiga. Taiga just wearing the comfy clothes. That observation wasn't very reassuring. I really haven't been looking at the world around me through unclouded eyes, have I? I mean, yeah, I can't really blame it. What's your circle? You go to school where it's a bunch of fancy girls, and then you go to parties with a bunch of fancy adults. Not Ichiya, certainly. Not many other people either, I was starting to realize. If I changed my point of view a little bit, maybe I would have learned something about the real Ichiya. Passive observation isn't enough. I need to be more proactive in learning about others. It was no longer satisfactory to glance at people's surface natures. I needed to learn about them properly, about who they really were and what they really wanted. I finally realized how important that was. What? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking how you're quite a sweet person, Hibari. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Though, I hope you'll look deeply at me too, not just Ichiya. I will. Eventually. Oh. I'm not really sure. Really? I'll make an effort, at least. I'd chosen Ichiya as my temporary suitor, so of course he had to take priority, but I couldn't exactly say as much to Shion. I did my best to dodge the subject. I'll be waiting then. That aside, now what? Are you going to follow Ichiya until he finally goes home? Oh, right. We'd followed him this far, and Ichiya hadn't acted much differently than he did at home. At least I hadn't noticed an appreciable difference. But thanks to Shion, the trip hadn't been meaningless. I learned something very important about Ichiya. I wasn't accustomed to shadowing people either. Staying on Ichiya's trail would probably be a waste of energy. Are you feeling a bit tired? I know a nice little cafe that's not too far. Why don't we go there and take a break? Besides, I think I deserve a treat for going out of my way to help you stalk Ichiya. Aha! So that's what you're after. Yeah, Shion hasn't given up yet. Are you telling me you're going to turn down sweets? There's something about Shion's smile that didn't let me stay mad for long. Your ulterior motives aside, I do think it's probably time for a break. Lovely. Then let's go. Right now. If we don't hurry, we'll get caught by... I'm guessing this is Ichiya. Caught? Does that mean you're up to something that you don't want me to find out about? It's him. Ichiya! Drat. Shion frowned. He was irritated about being seen, but his pout was disarmingly cute even when he was miffed. Got blocked, dude. And here I'd been ecstatic at the fortuitous twist of fate that let me run into you, Hibari, while out on an errand. But when I noticed you were with her, Shion, you can't imagine the bolt of pain that needles straight into my heart. Don't tell me the two of you are. We're, I couldn't possibly tell him to his face that we'd been tailing him. That was out of the question. I tried to think of some explanation when Shion eased his arm around me, like it was the most natural thing. Curses. Such a pity we were spotted during our secret tryst. Isn't that right, Hibari? Huh? Right. I guess so? Are you helping me or helping yourself? I really, really wanted to deny it, but I couldn't think of a better explanation while on the spot. Ichiya fell silent, looking conflicted. After a moment, he sighed heavily. Aha! I get it. Even though I have a lock on Hibari's heart, it appears I've become a little sloppy. That's the danger of having too much confidence in oneself. Ichiya, I've told you over and over, it's rude to vent your fantasies in public. There are kids around. Oh, shut up! Anyway, this distraction has made me later than I already am. Hibari, in the light of this little tryst, could I ask you to go on a date with me next? Alright, let's. Ah, I thought as much. A pity. Really it is, but I won't give up. Did you think she said no? She's like, there's no way. There's no way she would say yes. Wait, what? Do you mind saying that for me one more time? I want to make sure my hearing isn't going. I said I'll go on a date with you. And please don't make me say it again. It's embarrassing. He's so used to being rejected. Ichiya? Hello? Did the shock cause your heart to stop? Shall I call an ambulance? Shion waved his hand in front of Ichiya's face. He swatted it away to look straight at me. Leave it to me then. I'll make sure it's the greatest date you've ever been on. Ichiya was so happy. I could swear his soles weren't touching the ground. I stared at him, conflicted. Given the fuddled state of his brain, there was no way he'd realize Shion and I were actually here because we were following him. I hadn't turned down his date mostly because I felt guilty about the deception, but a small part of me realized it was a good excuse to get to know him. Hibari. I'm sorry. Shion leaned close and muttered, "You owe me," under his breath. I quietly sighed. Alright, cleared Ichiya Mitsumori. I guess we're gonna learn more about him on this date. Okay. He's like very pathetic, but that kind of makes him cute too. Okay, we got a three-pronged branch here. We'll probably do one more chapter. Let's do a date as a battle. I braced myself for my first date with Ichiya, and it turns out to be surprisingly enjoyable. Okay, let's play this event. Thank you. Here will do, Kasuga. Have a pleasant time, Miss Hibari, and please take care of yourself. If anything untoward happens, don't hesitate to press the alarm button that I gave you. I'll fly to your side in an instant. I'm not some elementary school student, Kasuga. Seriously, do you think this is necessary? I mean, probably. You've been in danger before, but... Of course. You are, after all, my precious and irreplaceable mistress. Now then, good luck, miss. Sheesh. He's so overprotective. I wonder if Ichiya is here already. The plaza with the strange sculpture. Only bad things happen here. As I walked to our meetup point, I couldn't help but notice all the girls that I happened to pass. It was a popular dating spot, so all of them looked pretty and fashionable. Do I look alright? Was my hair still okay? It wasn't getting frizzy, was it? Did I pick the right color of lip gloss? It was odd. I saw Ichiya every day and never felt jittery in those circumstances. Yet as soon as we labeled our meeting a date, I suddenly felt much more nervous. My phone suddenly started to buzz in my hand, making me jump a bit. I looked at the screen expecting to see Ichiya contacting me, but... Oh, Hibari, please keep the advice I gave you in mind. Samuki. Advice? I'm still not sure that really counts as advice. What did she tell her? Wait, what is Samuki's wisdom? This all started a few days after I accepted Ichiya's date offer. I was chatting with Samuki and happened to mention it. I expected her to react strongly to the news, but I wasn't prepared for just how strongly. Ah, is that so? I see. Ah, Hibari, the day has finally arrived for you to make your battlefield debut. Battlefield? Come on, Samugi, that's a bit dramatic. Oh, you have no idea, madame. None. Listen, how this one date turns out could possibly determine which of your suitors you choose. In other words, you're betting your life on this date. A date is a vicious struggle between man and woman. Prepare yourself, for one mistake means death. Really? Please allow me to send you my special dating Bible. It'll help ensure you come home from the fray alive. So make sure you read it cover to cover. I mean, sometimes dating a random guy can be very dangerous. Because, you know, women have to worry about, like, getting murdered, but... Oh, this'll be really helpful. Thanks. I'll be sure to read it. Wonderful. Now here's the site's address. Its address? It's something online? I thought it was like a book. Like those cheesy, like, dating books. The ultimate death blow. The wall slam. Oh. The Kabudan. Used when the lady has been rudely backed up against the wall. An unavoidable sneak attack. The guess who. Also known as the sorry I'm late. Sprung on the lady from behind. Can be executed as a hug or just like crabs is all like things you see in manga. An area control move. This seat's taken. Available only in the movie theater biome. More than half of the advice was utter gibberish to me, but I have to admit it was amusing gibberish. The special Bible Samugi had linked me turned out to be an online manga for girls. I looked at the site again and grimaced. It's not exactly chock full of useful advice, but at least reading it helped me relax a little. I'll be alright. Manga isn't like real life. Nobody really body slams each other on their first date. If I just acted like myself, I'd be fine. He totally didn't do that in Nayata's route. Now to say thank you. I typed my reply into Wiz and started to walk again. That's when I heard. Hibari! I felt a pair of strong masculine arms suddenly wrap around me from behind. Uh-oh. He read the same manga. I was being hugged. As soon as I realized what was happening, I felt heat spread through my entire body. Oh God. Oh God, don't tell me. It's all true? Wait a minute. I recognize this. It's the dreaded, sorry, I'm late. I need to fight back. I'm so glad that I grabbed you in time. Are you alright, Hibari? Huh? Look, see? One more wrong step and you would have missed the top step of the stairs. Oh, oh, he's just trying to save us. Now that he mentioned it, I looked down and saw that I was indeed standing at the top of a staircase. It wasn't hard to imagine myself taking a tumble if I kept walking while looking at my phone. Oh, thank you. Ichiya's sneak attack had left my heart pounding in my ears, yes, but in a way it was my own fault. I stepped out of his grasp and turned to face him, clearing my throat. We're together now, but we aren't exactly at the meeting point. Yeah, I got there a little early, but when I saw you, I just couldn't be patient any longer. I think they live in the same place, but they have to, depart separately. Still, it did let me be in time to rescue you, so I guess we can forgive ourselves. Ichiya gave his signature cheesy wink. He seemed to be in a great mood. For some reason, I suddenly felt awkward. My eyes slid away from his. We live in the same house. Setting up some meeting point and trying to arrive there separately seems so inefficient. Yeah, that's what I thought. You guys live together. It's not like he has a strenuous schedule. Well, this is a date. You want things to be a little different from ordinary, right? Make them seem a little more special. You don't just walk around on a date, you know. A girl deserves to be treated like a princess on a date. Oh. Oh no. This is off to a bad start. Ichiya's using his usual repertoire of stupidly cheesy pickup lines. But thanks to the sneak attack a minute ago, I'm feeling kind of... So, where would you like to go first, my princess? Huh? You haven't made a schedule for today? Oh, I made certain to have a reservation set for our final destination, but I thought we could discuss other potential points of interest together. And here I thought you were going to arrive with a fully prepared schedule that was guaranteed to delight any normal girl. Come on, can we drop that, please? Even I won't make the same mistake too many times in a row. Too many times. So yeah, today you are in the driver's seat. Say whatever you wish, and I'll do my best to make it come true, my princess. Easy enough for him to say. Never mind dating. The only times I've ever gone out to hang out with friends was when I followed either Kasuga or Samugi around town to go shopping. Having to decide on what to do wasn't something I'd ever had to do before. Is there anywhere you'd like to go? I'll gladly go to hell itself as long as I was with you. Well, that doesn't help. Can't think of anything. No, I'm sorry. No need to apologize for anything. What do you think about going to see a movie? A movie? I heard from Kasuga that you enjoy watching movies, though I hope there are ones playing that interest you. Ichiya pulled out his phone and looked up a list of shows at all the closest movie theaters and showed it to me. Oh, this one. Is that the one you like to watch? Oh, cool. It looks like we'll be able to make the next showing if we hustle a little. He fiddled on his phone a bit more, then looked at me and smiled. There, I got tickets for us. Luckily, there are still seats open for the showing. Come on, let's go. He placed his hand on my back, a gentle sign I could start walking. I had to admit that he was a graceful and attentive escort. He wasn't boasting much when he said he was well-versed in romance. I can't let Ichiya run this whole event from beginning to end. I have to calm down and find a way to take back a little control. While we walked up to the theater, I casually glanced at all the posters of the movies currently showing. One of the posters I happened to notice wasn't for any movie, but for some of the amenities provided by the theater. Come see a movie with your special someone. Enjoy our premiere couple seating. Relax in our semi-private two-person sofas and watch the show in each other's arms. Oh my. What? Uh-oh. Actor 1. Yeah, I have a reputation for being a playboy, and I don't deny it. I've been with countless gorgeous women. But it's strange. Now the only woman I could even think about is you. The actor's voice rang passionately through the quiet darkness of the movie theater. A man stood before a woman on the screen, emotionally professing his feelings for her. His performance was riveting. Everyone in the audience held their breath as they waited for the woman's answer. Well, everyone but one person. Me. Aha! The chibies. It's like the couple seating. There's no little armrest between them. She's like totally losing her mind. Oh my gosh. I could barely pay any attention to the movie. As I'd feared, the tickets Ichiya had bought were for the couple seating. Yes, that seating. The kind Tsumugi's special Bible had labeled as area control move. That happened only in movie theater biomes, whatever that meant. It's like everything she read in the manga is coming true. Unlike regular movie seats, there was no armrest blocking one seat from the other. It was one sofa. We were so close that if I so much as twitched, I would bump into him. I sat frozen, terrified to move even a hair's breadth. Don't tell me this is what he was after. I glanced over at him. He looked like he was absorbed in what was happening on the screen. I should have been happy about that, but for some reason I wasn't. Was I the only one who was so self-conscious? I gotta think of something else. What was the advice that Tsumugi gave me for times like this? Oh yes, listen to Tsumugi. Tsumugi, the angel of romance advice. Hibari, can you hear my voice? Now turn your lovely eyes to the screen. Don't let exterior distractions bother you. Focus on the movie. Thank you, Tsumugi. It's like she's in the afterlife or something. I opened my eyes wide and stared hard at the screen, unblinking. The scene that bored into my eyes was an extreme close-up of the two stars locked in a long and passionate kiss. No! Help me, Tsumugi! If I wasn't sitting in the middle of a movie theater, I probably would have shouted that out loud. Wait a minute. What does Ichiya think of this scene? Oh lord, I hope he doesn't try to use this slop as an inspiration for something later on. Okay. Hibari going to Delusion Land. Hibari. Oh my. Ichiya's arms wrapped around my shoulders, feeling solid and warm. What? Shh, not so loud, please. Everyone is trying to enjoy the movie. Well, yes, but do you really have to pull me so close? Didn't I just ask you to be quiet? Aren't you a naughty girl refusing to do as you're told? Why are you leaning closer? If you won't quiet down on your own, I've no choice but to hush you myself. Just like this. No! Be still. Close your eyes. No! I snapped back to myself, shaking my head fiercely in hopes of knocking away that terrifying mental image. really does try something like that, I don't care if I'm out in public. I'll hit that stupid alarm buzzer that Kasuga gave me and slap him across the face. If I didn't want that worst case scenario coming true, I couldn't afford to let him get the drop on me. My only hope for surviving was to act the second I saw him make any suspicious moves. I took a deep breath, calming my breathing and focusing intently on Ichiya without actually looking his way. Jesus, girl, relax. Like how Ichiya's just like enjoying the movie and she's just like going through different amounts of stress. After a moment, I sensed him turn towards me. Hibari. Here it comes. Here. If you'd like, you can take this. It has like a jacket or something? Huh? Or like a pillow? And this is a blanket. I notice you're fidgeting a bit. Are you feeling cold? Where'd you get that from? Pull it out of your pocket? I didn't know if we'd need it, but I grabbed it just in case. No, I'm glad I did. Or maybe it's like a movie theater. Maybe they figured might be a useful service. That's it? Huh? It's nothing. Thank you for the blanket. No. Aw. She's gonna sip her soda. Now I'm embarrassed. I glanced over at Ichiya, my face still burning from shame. Now that I thought about it, he had been sitting politely the whole time. Never mind trying to sneakily snuggle closer to me. He was actually leaning as far into the opposite side of the sofa as he could. That couldn't have been comfortable with how tall he was, but he still tried to give me ample personal space. No fair. He was unusually so pushy, grabbing every opportunity he could use his stale pickup lines on me. But now that we were on a date, all of a sudden he was acting the reserved gentleman. Is this what he was after too? If that's so, then I'm not being fair at all. I took a sip of my soda and grumbled to myself in annoyance. The blanket he'd given me was warm. We weren't touching at all, but for some reason, the blanket made it feel like he had wrapped me up in another hug. No. Ichiya did something right. His heart's in the right place. Man, who would have expected that? The butler was the one behind it all along! Yeah, I really like the scene where Tiger and Lion went to rescue Nyata. It was so exciting. Nyata. I almost thought that was Nayata. Also, they said the butler. The butler. It was like the butler all along. I always feel like maybe they're hinting something with Kasuga. Right. Though I think Nyata's character was better suited for a dog than a cat. I feel the same way. I'm not sure why. The two of us sat in a cafe, excitedly discussing the end of the movie. I'd barely been able to look at the screen at the beginning, but as the movie went along, I got fully absorbed into the story. That's just how good it was. I enjoyed it very much. Still, Hibari, still, the main character, Inuya, reminded me so much of you. Really? I'm honored. It's a lovely compliment to be mentioned in the same breath as a dashing individual like a movie star. No, I meant by how flirty he was. Well, now that you mention it, the female lead was exactly like you. Stubborn and dead set against falling in love. Hey, I'm not that stubborn. The two of us looked at each other and laughed. Calming down, I took a sip of my tea. You know, now that I've hung out with him a little, I can see why he's so popular with girls. The whole date, he was focused on making sure I was enjoying myself. He was attentive and considerate. In fact, I doubted there were too many other men out there who would put a lady first as much as he had. This was really fun. Yes, I enjoyed the movie, but I'm enjoying this part of it too. I'd only okayed this date so I can get to know him better, but right now, I was having so much fun, I caught myself forgetting this date was business. For a minute, I was worried about how it would end, but I was glad to see the two main characters get together. I like happy endings. Do you think we'll have a happy ending then someday? Huh? We did just get done saying that the two of us are a lot like the movie's two leads, right? We already had that. We already did that bit in Ayata's route. Don't be stupid. Of course not. Now, this was a pleasant outing, but I think we ought to be going. Ha ha ha. Okay, okay. Ugh, what's this weird feeling in my chest? What's going on with me? Before, I would have been able to shrug off that trite remark without a second thought. Then evening falls. Accessory shops, pet shops, even an arcade full of boisterous video game fans. We went to places I'd been to with Samugi before, and places that had always interested me, but I'd never been able to visit. You're not gonna think that arcade is a place of debauchery or something. I went from one location to the next, wherever caught my fancy. By the time I thought to stop, the sun was low in the sky, and our shadows were long on the sidewalk. Ichiya hadn't said no to a single one of my suggestions, happily following along in my wake. Ichiya, are you sure there isn't anywhere that you would like to go? The main point of a date is for the lady to enjoy herself. What the man wants can take a back seat to what she wants for a while. I'd asked him that more than once, but his answer was always the same. Could this be him making up for as pushy as he was before? That's not out of the question. But something didn't sit right with me about that. Yes, I didn't like it when he was being pushy, but was it selfish to say I was equally uncomfortable when he acted so strangely accommodating too? We kept walking about, enjoying sights and shopping. By the time my feet had had enough, it was dark out. Eventually, Ichiya glanced at his watch and said it was about time we started towards our reservation. The place he took me to was... oh, fancy restaurant. Like we only get to go to this place with Shio, and we definitely didn't go here with Taiga or Nayata. The top floor of a skyscraper, one of the highest views in the entire city. The luxury restaurant there was famous enough that it was mentioned in many foreign guides to top eateries. It was also notoriously difficult to get reservations at. As the server guided us to a private room in the back, I couldn't hide my surprise. Wow, the view of the skyline is lovely. I'm glad you like it. Have you ever been here? To this location? No. I've been to another in their chain a time or two. It was together with grandfather though, so I had little time to enjoy the food or the view. With your grandfather? I assume it was some kind of executive dinner party. Yeah, he brought me along because he said a young lady would brighten up the occasion. I was the perfect mascot, you know. Ichiya brought me a non-alcoholic mocktail for my before-dinner drink. It was sweet. I didn't want to end a date this night by complaining about things, but a wave of awkwardness washed over me. I wished I picked up some other topic to talk about. What about now? Huh? Tonight, your grandfather isn't here. Kasuga isn't here. It's just a prince and his princess. You aren't the Tojo family heir. You're simply the girl named Hibari. That's not so bad, right? It's not so bad, I suppose. Here I was just me. Hearing that put a little smile on my lips. Ichiya looked at me, and I thought I heard him say, "If you let yourself get bound up by your family name, you can't enjoy nice dinners. Or anything, really. Ichiya? Who is he saying that to? Me? Or maybe he's saying that... He looks a little sad, so like maybe it's about himself? A sad expression seemed to flit across his face for a moment, but it was there and gone so quickly I wasn't sure if I just imagined it. Anyway, it'd be a pity to waste all this delicious food. The specialties here are amazing. I've been wanting to bring you here so that you could try them. Right. I picked up my utensils at his urging. Shion already tipped me off to this, but watching his table manners, he does seem like a person who didn't grow up in, a household of standard income. Questions kept piling up in my head. If he was born into a well-to-do family, why would he attempt something as heinous as marriage fraud? Maybe, I mean, it was... Did the charge stick? It said attempted. So... Maybe it wasn't like... Maybe it wasn't like a real... like a real attempt? Dinner proceeded apace, and eventually dessert was placed in front of us. Ichiya paused for a moment, seemingly hesitating about something. Then he asked me, "Hey, Hibari, did you enjoy our date today?" I could see a little spark of insecurity in his eyes. I said, yes, I enjoyed myself." That's what he wants to hear. Yes, I enjoyed myself. Well, more than I expected anyway. This is you after all. I thought I'd have to bear your corny flirting throughout the whole ordeal. I started feeling more and more awkward as I talked and ended up saying something I really didn't need to. Ichiya blinked in surprise. Huh? Wow. Was I really acting so differently compared to how I usually am? I thought I was just being my regular safe self the whole time. Wow. I guess I must have been more nervous than I realized. This is our first date after all. Ugh, did his cheeks really have to turn so red? He's so unfair sometimes. Hibari, are you... It's nothing. I looked away and chugged the last of my water, desperately trying to drop my rising body temperature. Anyway, it's probably about time we... Ichiya pulled his phone out of his pocket, looked at the screen, and promptly rolled his eyes. What is it? Oh, nothing. It's just this wonderful dreamlike day of ours suddenly got invaded by reality. He flipped his phone around so I could see. Oh no, really? I'm hungry. Oh, we gotta feed Nayata. Again? Oh, again? Food. Those three. They were all functional adults. Could they not figure out how to open a box and feed themselves for one night? Waiting for a tasty souvenir, even Shion. At least he wasn't like... At least he did more than 2 words. Ugh. Great. If we go back home empty-handed, they'll riot like starving gremlins. Yeah, gotta go home and feed the children. Sorry, Hibari. Can I ask you to wait a few minutes? I'm going to ask if we can get something to take home. Oh, if we just ask one of the serving staff? Nah, we're asking him to do something they usually don't. I'm on friendly terms with the manager here, so I'll go and talk it over with him. Oh, okay. He's like, he knows the manager. God, those 3. Poor Ichiya. He is like a short order cook for them. Ichiya sighed and shook his head as he walked out of our private room. He was right, though. It does feel like I was suddenly yanked back to reality. And yet, going back to myself felt like a small relief. Why? An attentive escort letting me do whatever I wanted to do. This was the best date a girl could hope for. But it was so perfect, so ideal, it didn't really feel like it was real. A worry nibbled at my heart. Something felt off. Could my worries be born of my contrary nature? Could I just not want to admit to myself that I was happy? Or is that what a normal date is really like? I'm not sure. I mean, it would be exhausting if that's how all the dates went. Like, you had to decide on everything you had to go to. Like, sometimes you just want, maybe, like, you want it to be the guy's choice. Like, maybe you just, like, want to know what they like. I pelted myself with questions, even though I knew no answers were forthcoming. Hibari's not, like, a completely selfish person that it has to be all about her. Alright, that was a pretty long chapter. Okay, so yeah, we'll continue the branches next time. Yeah, well, still at the beginning. Still haven't learned a lot about Ichiya, but I guess we can confirm that he's from a well-to-do family, because Shion pointed it out, and, like, we know Shion's from a well-to-do family, and he's, like, very perceptive, so yeah, we take his word for it. Alright, let's save. We need to take a little break. Alright. Anywho, hope you guys are having a fun and relaxing time. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.